Alright guys, so this is going to be my very late update, or not update, but content team initial video for my model. Uh, if you don't know, I'll try and link a or put a link in the description to Anthony's video explaining this. We're a lot of us in the YouTube community that have been that were um, putting out content for 8th edition Warhammer Fantasy, and if like most of us, we dropped after AOS dropped, because it wasn't the same game. It wasn't what we were looking for in Warhammer. So essentially, Ninth Age came along after a very long hiatus and pulled myself and my group back into the game, as well as many other of the YouTubers that kind of dropped off after AOS dropped. But what we're trying to do with this contest is generate a some sort of buzz and get people going to the Ninth Age website to help contribute, help add content or add to rules, and get playtest info back. And we as YouTubers have been pushing out as much content as we could or can, in hopes that everybody will be able to actually see what is going on and what the Ninth Age project team has been busting their butts on to get done and bring to us a viable game that is more closely resembling what we liked and what we didn't like about Warhammer Fantasy 8th Edition, and brought it into something that was a much more balanced game, a much more uh, fun game, and what we were missing in that void. So here's my model. I started on this guy like at least a year ago, if not like the beginning of the year. And he's a Vermin Lord, and he has the, if you notice, or if you knew the model or seen the original model from Games Workshop, it came on a, I think, 100 by 60 millimeter base, and I decided that I wanted to be able to use it as, or wanted it to be used, or be able to be used as a regular Vermin Lord, or whatever you want to call it now. So I put him on. I had to figure out how to put him on a 50 millimeter base. So what I did was I took his glaive arm, chopped up the glaive a little bit so it was easier to put down into the ground essentially, and then just green stuffed his wrist a little bit. And then I added the the war fist or whatever from the Warmonger version, and then after that I knew I wanted to make him be like the epitome of the Horned Rat. So what I did was I went with as much of the uh, as many of the little weapons and arms that he has to make him be versatile. So he could be, if you wanted to make him be a deceiver or a warmonger or the screech verminkin or a plague guy or whatever, he has all the weapons on there. So instead of having to magnetize, I figured I'd make him look badass and put 4 arms on him. So you see he's got the Warmonger's little punch glove or whatever it's called, the orb, first the scrying orb, the sickle, and then the glaive. And then I went even further with the head and made it so that he had 13 horns. Um, I basically did Screech Verminkin's head with all the horns on it, and then took even more of the horns from all the other heads and just put them on essentially where I could fit them, where they didn't look completely stupid. And then I'm going to take I think he has 12 horns total on his head, and then the one horn on his nose, the blade from the Warmonger, is going to actually be bone painted. So that's going to be his 13th horn, essentially. And then the little horns behind it, right above his ears, I'm going to paint like Thankaus, to where they're actually look like warpstone, essentially. So that's pretty much how I decided to make him. Um, you can see all the other little pops or bells and whistles on there, literally with him bells. Is a uh, vermin lord from the Skaven or whatever. But here is my model. Should have another video up with my progress right after this because, like I said, I procrastinated and didn't get my video out initially, but thankfully I took pictures before he was painted, and I will hopefully be done by the 20 or before the 26th, so I can post them up, and you guys can vote for me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.